Hello, and we're live. How's it going, everybody? Hopefully, people start trickling in here. Let me know if things are sounding clear, video's good, all that sort of stuff. Looks like YouTube's got the feed now. Yeah. So, yeah, I literally just got done watching the Zack Snyder panel. Pretty phenomenal stuff. I had some family friend things to do this evening, but if you're here, let me know you are in the chat, who you are, where you're from, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, what a spectacular day to be a DC and Zack Snyder fan, man. Um, just a clear example of how awesome this fandom is, man. It's phenomenal. We got Craig in the house. Hey, what's going on, Craig? Thanks for sending me that clip earlier this evening. You got Eric Patterson in the house from Vegas. Awesome, man. Cannot wait to go to Vegas again. I love that place. Got Disney Patterson from Australia. What time is it there? Holy shit. You're probably having lunch. I think it's like a 14-hour difference from where I am. That's awesome. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of Justice Con today. Any highlights? Any certain moments that you guys want to talk about? It is lunchtime. I called it. Yeah, I live in Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So last I remembered, like Sydney is 14 hours from me. So that's awesome, though. Crazy how awesome the internet is nowadays. Zack Snyder's Justice League, that clip was, man, gotta love it. And I literally just wrapped up watching it. I was hanging out with some friends a little bit ago, um, and in between driving home and putting my kid to bed, I was finishing up watching it. And yeah, like 10 minutes before I got on my computer here, I literally just finished it. So phenomenal stuff, man. Just hearing Zach talk about the process, and even just the clip that you sent me, Craig, that how they were able to. I mean, we kind of knew this was the case, but them being able to, um, I guess, change the color of the suit with visual effects and adding that mesh underneath really helped. I guess that process. That's some pretty awesome stuff. Ray Fisher, man, that panel got deep. Just I didn't expect him to go too far down that path, talking about all the Whedon stuff, and he didn't really reveal too much, I guess, but just talking about, like, that process is being dealt with, and he's probably scared. I assume Ray has lawyers involved with all this stuff, right? What it's actually about, I'm not entirely sure, but man, I mean, to do something like that, you got to have something to bring to the table. And with all the, like, past accusations and the history of, like, Joss Whedon and stuff, I'm sure he has something to something to deliver. But who knows when we'll actually find out? I mean, legal stuff, it could take years. Who knows? I was shocked as well. Yeah. I mean, even I don't know, I just hate, like, even like witnessing a conversation in person, like something like that where it's a touchy subject. I always hate being like a bystander in a situation like this. It's always awkward, and I knew it was going to come up at some point. And props for props for all those girls, just putting on this event, like the Nerd Queens, Nana Cole and Wonder Mag. Like, what a spectacular day this was, um, for the fan community. It's phenomenal. Like, just what we got as fans, and there's a plethora tomorrow with, like, I'm looking forward to Deborah Snyder's panel. Um, You know, you got Sean O'Connell talking about his book. You got Chris Wong, Shiraz, and is it Juanita? I think talking about diversity and like Zack Snyder's films. A ton of other stuff too, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, just a phenomenal thing, man. Today we got confirmation on Black Suit and confirmation on OG Steppenwolf. That's right. And confirmation that the cut was done in February 2017. Collider wish fans were smarter. They know enough about movies. LOL. God, Collider. To quote them, it doesn't exist, right? Man, how were they? They were just so wrong, man. But yeah, I mean, he posted on Vero that, well, he said something like, I thought that wasn't new news, or I thought that was like common knowledge about Steppen, like the OG version of Steppenwolf. But I mean, we were obviously like speculating this was going to be the case, but like the majority of like the work they're doing is, you know, implementing these scenes with the original design of Steppenwolf. And what a palate cleanser this is. You know, we're getting Henry Cavill with an actual face, you know, the flesh and blood of Henry Cavill, as well as the original design of Steppenwolf. Like, I don't know, those two things, like, I don't know of any other things they could have done to entirely separate this from the theatrical cut. Like, those are just two perfect things that they're doing to set this apart from Justice League. Like, it's going to be awesome. And for them to eventually drop a trailer, which we now know it's going to be at DC Fandom in August, right? And like, I wanted them to drop a trailer today, and we got like a 16 or 17-second clip, which is fine. Like, I'm happy with anything that we get, you know. Like, I don't necessarily know how much of this movie we've seen. According to Zach, it's like 20% or 25% of the movie, something like that. But I don't necessarily need to see anything, you know, for whatever we get in the near future. It's like a treat or bonus, right? But like, for DC Fandom, it's a virtual convention put on by Warner Brothers in DC. Obviously, it makes sense for them to drop the trailer there, where it's a event being put on by them, right? From a marketing and like financial point of view, I get it. That's the place. So we also got to know that there's more of the frames than what we saw on screen. Yeah, just his little like sketch drawing, like storyboard that he just quickly drew up, man. Just talking about like the aspect ratios and how there's like an extra, I don't know how many pixels or what, but that's the advantage of shooting on film, is that you capture these large format frames, right? But when you're editing, you know, they sort of scale them down, but there's just so much more to work with from that point of view. Ninjroid, hey, how's it going, man? Nice to see you popping in here. Craig, I can picture Zack Snyder doing a Nick Cage impersonation talking about mustache Superman. I'm going to take its face off. Oh man, Nick Cage. I still think Nick Cage is still a top tier actor. I know a lot of people shit on the guy. He's doing like straight to video stuff all the time. But watch the movie Mandy. It came out almost 2 years ago, I think, at this point. Phenomenal. The guy still got it, man. He's still got it. He's an Academy Award winning actor. I believe in the guy. Nothing much, just chilling. Ninjroid, were you able to catch any of Justice Con today? If so, let me know which panels, what you thought was cool, all that sort of stuff. I really enjoyed the Ray Porter panel as well. Just like listening to the guy talk about just like how he came about as an actor and all the like the Shakespeare stuff. Like, I really dig that. Like, I know some people like that might not be their cup of tea, but just listening to a guy that's not like immersed in this like comic book fandom, and just how he sort of got woven into this movement and really appreciates just the fans and the outpouring love that they've given him. Like, he just seems like a really humble guy. And I don't know, like, to me, it's like, I can't think of any other guy at this point to play Darkseid. Like, and I don't even know what the guy's voice is going to sound like as the character, but it just feels like he's embodying this role, or just like a great like ambassador of the character, and I guess the fandom, I guess. I don't know. My kids were with me when I started watching the live stream and Snyder started swearing. I had to get my headphones so on quickly. Yeah, man. He just doesn't care, right? He just drops it like it's just second nature, right? You know, even like Jay Oliva, I feel like there's a couple of times where like he was talking about just like him working with Zach, and I could tell like he was trying to like hold back his language, like trying to rein it in. He probably didn't know if like it was okay to swear or not, but I don't think any of like the Nerd Queens or Meg cared. Like, I don't know. I don't know too many like little kids that are part of like the release the Snyder Cut movement, or I don't know. But obviously there's bystanders, right? We gotta be careful about the children in the room. Mine's only like 15 months old, so she's not really aware of like words like that, which is a good thing. But that might be different in like 6 months. All these people, Ray, Jay, Ray, and Zach, seem so down to earth, and know without the fans they wouldn't be here. Everyone is fans. Yeah, that's true. And just like seeing everybody talking on these virtual panels, I don't know, it's just like this it just feels like a real community, I guess. So I don't know, it's just awesome to see everybody like coming together and talking about this stuff together. Yeah, I can't wait to see DC fandom, and seeing I don't know what Zach's panel on there is going to be with, I guess, if it's going to be with other like Warner Brothers people or DC, or I guess Justice League actors, or Patty Jenkins. I'm not sure who he's going to be involved with. It might just be his own contained thing, but it's just awesome to see the guy back sort of in the community, and seeing him interacting with like Ray Fisher, Jay Oliva, all that sort of stuff. I listened to the panel for Justice League with Snyder popping in while working today. Yeah, I mean, it's a full day of live streams, man. You got to fit it in when you can. Like, you know, whether it's driving, like, I'm sure there's some people that just listen to it all day, but you know, I sort of tuned in and out when I could. I wasn't able to watch everything, which a little bit of a bummer, but it's reality, man. It's hard to fit all that in one day. That's all good. I loved it when he started ventilating when asked whether he would use any footage from the Whedon version. Dude, that may have been my favorite part of the entire thing. Him just talking about like how he would rather burn it or like blow it up than have to do that. That was hilarious. It seems like, I mean, even before hearing him say that, it seems like something he would do. Like, that's how much he loves like putting in the work. And that also puts to rest. Do you guys remember, like, maybe, I feel like this was like a week after the announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Heroic Hollywood, who's ran by Humberto Gonzalez, he was saying in his like scoop little editorial video that he put together that Zack was going to have to repurpose Whedon footage of Henry Cavill as Superman, but then Henry Cavill is going to have to go in and like shoot just like headshot scenes of Clark Kent or Superman, and then they were going to digitally impose that onto the Whedon footage of Superman. It's like, why the hell would they do that? Like, Zack shot what he needed to shoot. Why would they need to use Whedon's stuff? And to even do that to begin with is ridiculous. Black suit Superman is gonna rock. Hell yeah, it is, man. And just listening to Zack like talk about how Warner Brothers didn't want to do that. It's just crazy, man. It shows you how detached those people are from fandom, or I guess just the source material in general. It's like that was the next logical evolution of the character, the next step, like Zack said on the panel today. I mean, everything in Batman, not everything from Batman v Superman, but like the main story, especially like Superman stuff with, you know, Doomsday, and he was adapting the death of Superman. And for them to not want to do the black suit, it just shows you how detached they are. But and also like how awesome it was that like they're able to completely digitize, or I guess not digitize, but like redo the color grading or edit sort of like the color of the suit to that. It's awesome, man. And it looked phenomenal. Like I would never have guessed that that was digitally altered in terms of like the color. Like it was incredible. Exactly. I have to watch the rest probably tomorrow. It's a lot, man. Like they did something like 6 panels, and that doesn't include like all the Crisis on Infinite stream stuff, like the awesome collaborations between like Film Junkie and Chris Wong on Ping Pong Flicks, and several others. Like there's just so much cross pollinations between the community. It's phenomenal. What did you think of Zack's other surprise, the t-shirt? I really do hope it's available in different colors. Unfortunately, I can't get black as my wife has OCD and can't handle the black lint. Oh, that's hilarious. Uh, I mean, have any of the other shirts been available in any other colors? I don't think so, right? I liked the shirt. I need to get a closer look at what the Roman numerals were. It was like MM. I don't remember what the numbers were. Are they years? I don't remember what MM stands for. Is that like millennium? I'm not sure. Maybe what the date between the movement, like 2017 to 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure, but it looked like a rad shirt. I'll definitely have to pick it up, but they probably won't be another color if any of the other ones weren't. But that's funny about your wife and the laundry lint. What does she have against black lint though? Does it just get on every other clothing item? Stupid, but she has a really hard time with it. That's hilarious. Excited and looking forward to see what he's going to do with Cyborg. Man, with what he talked about during his panel of like how he won't let Ray see the movie until it's like fully complete. Like that really makes me look forward to just what they're going to what more we're going to see with his character. You know, and seeing Ray in sort of like I don't know exactly the word to kind of describe. I don't know. I don't want to say tough times right now, but he's obviously going through sort of a sticky situation. You know, he can't say certain things, and obviously he's trying to get something taken care of, probably legal wise, right? But just how outspoken and supportive and positive he's been since the release of Justice League. His character, I mean, just imagine being cast as Cyborg. And he even talked about this as well as Ray Porter. They both sort of touched on it, like how your role is cut down, and like even Ray Porter himself was completely pulled out of the movie. But like Ray Fisher being a young black man, and he talked about like how the business of Hollywood is they discriminate a lot, and how tough it is to get certain roles. But I mean, his version of Cyborg was just butchered. And we've heard Zach talking about like obviously Cyborg's the heart of the movie, and I just cannot wait to see Cyborg and Victor Stone in this film. And it'd be awesome to see Ray Fisher's reaction after watching this movie. Like, is the dude gonna tear up, like seeing his story finally, not his story, but like Victor Stone's story finally told? Like, I'm really looking forward to it. So there was a reason why in the blue suit we can see the silver padding beneath it easily, but couldn't in Man of Steel and BVS. He was hoping to go back and adjust it, and that will make the suit pop more. Yeah, I'm not sure how. I mean, I dabble in like Photoshop and a little bit of like visual effects stuff for like making like YouTube intros and stuff like that. I'm curious as like a visual effects artist, like what makes it easier for them to do in post, adding that mesh in, I guess. But yeah, it's awesome that they're able to like digitally change the color of it. I would never have guessed. But yeah, that's awesome. Ray Fisher has been very loyal to the Snyder version. He deserves as much as fans. Yeah, the guy's awesome. And I hope that like what he's trying to get done doesn't hurt his career. He touched on that, it might, and he's willing to put that on the line. But from what we got in Justice League, like, he was my favorite part. What little he had in the film, like, I thought he acted circles around the rest of the cast. Obviously like Ben Affleck, he didn't give a shit doing the reshoots and was just stressed and relapsed, I think, during the reshoots. But yeah, Ray Fisher's, from what we got in the theatrical run, I thought was the best part of the movie. So having that much more of him, and the original version and the OG Steppenwolf design, I think it's gonna just destroy everything about that theatrical version. And we're just gonna sweep it under the rug like it never existed. I mean, even when it was announced back in May, the end of May, there's like people posting videos on like Twitter burning their copies of the theatrical cut. That's hilarious. The Roman numerals were, God, man, you're good. MMXVI 2016 to 2021 production of the movie. Got it. And even like the signature stuff, like, that was awesome that he just comes up with this idea to like make it a more personal sort of thing with the fans. That's awesome. Zach really would not talk about Green Lantern. Yeah, he didn't want to touch on it at all. And I mean, I still don't know where I lie with Green Lantern. I really have. The only opinion I have is that, like, I don't really want to see Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan in this movie. And nothing against Ryan Reynolds, other than, like, I just feel like he's the same type of character in every movie. Like, even his Wade Wilson, like, before he's actually Deadpool, like in the first Deadpool movie, like, I just feel like that's Ryan Reynolds. Like, that's Ryan Reynolds in every movie. And I don't know. I just tonally, I just don't feel like he would necessarily fit in this kind of like Zack Snyder universe, I suppose. Like if they carried out like if Justice League stayed the main version of the movie, and you know the rest of the DCEU you know still carried on with you know these like that tone, I feel like he would fit as Green Lantern. Like his 2011 Green Lantern would tie in with the rest of the DCEU at that point. But like with the Zack Snyder stuff, I just don't. It just totally doesn't work for me. Um, but I don't know. I could be wrong, and they might be able to do something awesome. But there's also, I think, the actor Sam Benjamin that everybody's always throwing that name around. I literally have no idea who that guy is. Um, I don't know if it like if the rumor is that he was in the flashback or the I guess the history lesson sequence, but that was a different Green Lantern altogether, right? Wasn't that like one of the alien lanterns, right? I don't remember the name of that one, but there's like Kilowog, right? And then I don't want to see Ryan Reynolds either. My guess it will be that shot that was described somewhere with Bruce waking up and seeing Kilowog and another lantern at the end of the film. Gotcha. Okay. I mean, as far as like Green Lantern, like I don't necessarily need to see another massive or not massive, but a sizable role in this film. And I feel like if it's just something like this, just a nice little kind of like smackerel, if you will, I feel like that's totally fine. Um, but yeah, like if Ryan Reynolds, you know, shows up in Chernobyl at the nuclear power plant, like the third act of the film for like the entire battle, like that's not something I really care to see. Um, I don't know. It's just Ryan Reynolds, and like Ryan Reynolds is fine. Like I like him in the Deadpool movies, but just tonally it doesn't work for me. But I could be wrong. If it's done right, it could be good. Um, but also like Zach still would not confirm, and apparently he's going to be doing it at DC Fandom if this thing's a series or a full movie. But I think he kind of like gave away the answer, like just talk like trying to avoid it, but I think he still sort of talked or sort of gave it away. Like he kind of said, well, either way you're going to be able to watch it as like the I don't know if he said long version or what, but pretty sure just the way he kind of avoided saying it, it's gonna. I think it'll come out as a mini series, whether it's like 5 or 6 episodes, right? And then they're gonna do, you know, the Hateful Eight treatment where you can watch the long version, um, as well. So you'll have options to watch it episodically, and then you can watch the full movie as well. But for HBO Max, it's probably in their best interest to release it episodically each week or however they're going to do it. And then once all the episodes are out, they can make the full movie available. I'm totally fine with that. Like, my preferred way is a full movie, but if they're going to do it episodically, that's fine. But as long as I get that full movie to watch later on, that's cool. The Overdrive Files. Jody's Corner does care about the Snyder cut. Doesn't care about the Zack Snyder cut. Yeah, I mean he's been pretty outspoken about his about how he doesn't like Zack stuff. Um, so that's just I don't know. That's like your opinion, man. I wonder if we I wonder if we would see a revisit to the nightmare scene. I don't want to talk too much about spoilers, but there was a storyboard that came out like last week Um, I don't know if that's going to be in the movie, but it was a storyboard from a couple of years ago that was leaked, um, which is a nightmare sort of sequence. So, yep, Zach definitely gave it away. But we're going to get confirmation, full-blown confirmation, hopefully a little more detail at DC Fandom, as well as a full trailer. So lots to look forward to at that. If they do part 2 and maybe part 3, then they would have the lanterns because don't they have to go to Apocalypse? Yeah, that would make more sense for the lanterns to show up at Apocalypse. I agree with that. Would be interesting to see what footage they've got for fans in August. Yeah. Is he going to show? He said the trailer that he's had for like a while is in black and white. I kind of hope he shows that trailer that he's had for a couple of years at this point. And even how he talked about like how he's wanted to like just sneak into Comic-Con and bribe the guy who's like running the projector or like big screen and bribe him to like show it. That was awesome. That would be incredible. I was able to get the Zack Snyder's Justice League tote because it also came in red and gray. The red looks great, by the way, in negative 40 degrees Celsius weather. Do you honestly get negative 40 degrees Celsius? I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I could probably look it up, but that sounds cold as hell. What is that? We've got Poe in the house. Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Were you able to catch any of Justice Con today? Anything that stuck out to you? Any memorable moments? But yeah, pretty rad day. You have an amazing channel with the best camera ever. I don't think it's the best, but I mean, maybe best bang for your buck, I guess. Like it's only like I think it's a Panasonic LUMIX G7. I list out all my gear I use in my channel description, like the description box below. But it's not that expensive of camera, and I have it hooked up to a Elgato Cam Link that hooks up to my desktop computer here. But I mean, the lens is what, like, once I got this lens, that's what really improved just the picture, where you get the nice like blur in the background, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I've tweaked it, you know, tried to get all the settings and the color grading to look good. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And yours looks the best, hands down. Thanks, man. I always like, I can't control what YouTube does with sort of the algorithm and how many views I get and how many subscribers I get. I try to do what I can as far as like SEO, and you know, I have a 15-month-old girl, and you know, I try to make videos as much as I can, but you know, sometimes, you know, you gotta there's priorities, and you know, if there's a night that doesn't seem like an ideal night to make a video, I won't. But yeah, I try to do what I can. As far as what I can control is like, I can get a good looking camera and a good microphone and all that stuff. Your image is very sharp. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everyone mentions it in their stream. The soundtrack is another important aspect of the movie we can look forward to. Damn right. And yeah, Zach talked a little bit about that with Junkie XL still working on the score. And yeah, like he said, Junkie XL was probably working on, I don't know, he was probably originally working on the 214 version of the film, right? So there's X amount of music he needs to make in order to, to fit into the movie. Well, this is a much longer version of the film. So there's all this sort of like connective tissue scenes, these longer scenes throughout the film that he needs to, make music for. So yeah, definitely probably like I cannot wait to like get the copy of his score and just listen to that thing just by itself. And like when I first saw Batman v Superman, like there was obviously like the Wonder Woman theme stuck out, and the Lex Luthor's theme and Batman's theme and all these different things, but like going back to it, like that score for that movie is just incredible. Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer, man, what a dynamite duo. But yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League is just Junkie XL this time around, I guess. So not sure how much tonally like that'll change things, but it should be pretty awesome. Hit the like button, people. Yeah, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Drive the algorithm, right? Sorry, should have said beanie, not toke. Is it? Not sure on the pronunciation. That's very Canadian. I just converted it, and minus 40 degrees Celsius is minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So cold you can throw boiling water in the air and it immediately vaporizes into mist. Dude, that is gnarly and scary as hell. I've been in negative 20 degree weather, but holy shit, negative 40 degrees. Do you live in like Saskatchewan? I know it gets cold up there. Dang. That's that's crazy. Boiling water and just throwing it into the air will vaporize it into mist. That's gnarly. EJ, hey guys, what's up? How's it going to you, EJ? I am new here. Well, welcome to the channel, EJ. We're just talking, sort of recapping Justice Con, everything that sort of popped up today. Everything from Ray Porter, Ray Fisher, Jay Oliva, and then Zack Snyder. Pretty awesome stuff. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to stick around. Hit that like button, and welcome. In the meantime, how are you guys doing with the COVID situation? Me personally, I've been working since there was the government order. Our governor put it in effect. I don't remember this exact date, but it was like the third week in March. And I've been working the entire time. There was certain days where like I didn't really have to go anywhere, but 98% of the time, like I've been having to work and go out into, reality and wear a mask and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it sure as hell will be nice the days. We have restaurants open around here, but like I'll get like takeout, but I haven't really cared to go sit in a restaurant yet, but I'm ready for it to all be back to normal. That's for sure. Comic Book Craig, yeah, welcoming EJ to the channel. Everybody welcoming EJ. Awesome. I had and I won the battle. I shared my story on Robert Storm's channel and Sean Stackhouse. Oh, that's to him. Oh, as far as COVID-19. Oh, Poe, you had COVID-19? Well, glad to hear everything's sort of back to, you overcame it, man. This channel is great too. Thank you for the kind words. Wow. Yeah. Glad to hear everything went okay, man. It's hard. Like, it's hard to know. Like, I hear, I don't know anyone that's personally had it, but I've heard cases where like some people haven't really felt that much of like symptoms, but then there's some people that have been really affected by it, um, as far as like respiratory and stuff like that. EJ, so what's your favorite movies? I love all sorts of stuff. Mainly on the channel here, though, we're talking DCEU, Zack Snyder's Justice League, all that sort of stuff. In the past on this channel, I've talked about all sorts of films, whether it's like Oscar movies, like stuff with like Steven Spielberg, Scorsese. I at one point I was trying to just cover all movies, but it just got to be too much, and I feel like I wasn't as focused as I should have been as far as like uh the certain genres and stuff like that. I just felt like I should just niche down and talk about just what I was really interested in. Um, but yeah, I used to review all sorts of movies, but like some of my favorite, man, like I love Jaws. I love, um, 2001 A Space Odyssey. I love Alien. I love Aliens. I love Terminator or The Terminator. I love all sorts of stuff. I love weird science. Um, Crazy movies. Monty Python. The Holy Grail. Craig knows what's up about that. Life of Brian, right? All sorts of stuff. The Rocky films. Um, yeah, I feel like I need to go peek at my Blu-ray case in the back there, but um, I mean anything from like an 80s action movie to science fiction to Star Wars to John Carpenter, Wes Craven. Um, yeah, the list goes on. Craig here. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, where they're holding half of the NHL playoffs in August. I used to live in Inuvik, Northwestern Territory, Canada. As a kid, only 1,500 miles from the North Pole. That was fun. Oh my God. You must be one tough SOB living in those conditions with that weather, man. I live in Michigan. I get a taste of that, but I mean, that's just a whole nother level. God. Just like a virus, but worst thing is the breathing part: diarrhea, fever, headache, soreness. Breathing is the worst. Felt like suffocating. Oh my God, that sounds terrible, man. Well, glad you're okay. Eric, Aliens is still awesome. Dude, Aliens is one hell of a time. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. God, I watched Twister like 2 weeks ago on Netflix, and it just made me sad that Bill Paxton is gone. R.I.P. Regis Philbin, by the way. I saw that on Twitter today. Um, my mom was like a massive fan of uh, Regis and Kathy Lee, so that shit was always on TV um, when I was younger. So, and who wants to be a millionaire, right? EJ here. Me personally, my favorite movie of all time is Lord of the Rings. Yes, dude. That whole trilogy. That might be the best trilogy of all time to me. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Everything about that film is utter perfection. The acting, the directing, the writing, the score. Dude, where is it? Right there. That's the extended version box set right there. Love those films, man. They're incredible. Honestly, I also cried at the end. Dude, it's a tearjerker. The relationship between like Frodo and Sam, man, it's awesome. Definitely giving some Lord of the Rings some love. Have to go pick up my wife. I will listen on my phone on the way. Have a good night. Hopefully see you on tomorrow. Possibly. We'll see. I might just make a standalone video tomorrow morning talking about sort of the black suit Superman stuff. I don't know if I'll do another sort of recap stream for tomorrow's Justice Con, um, unless any major news sort of breaks off of it. But I will be tuning into the sort of Justice Con live streams. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that stuff, especially Sean O'Connell's released the Snyder Cut book live stream. Not my daughter, you bitch. Love that line so much. Absolutely brilliant. Gotta love Ellen Ripley. Dude, awesome stuff, man. I mean, God, it's such a shame what happened with Alien Covenant, man. I was so looking forward to that movie, and I'm like, I love Prometheus. I mean, aside from it being like I didn't necessarily need it to be tied into the Alien sort of universe. Like on its own, I really liked the movie. Um, I don't know, just I love that sort of like, I love the Alien films. Like, just a shame what happened with Covenant. Just kind of the choices they made with that film. It just, ugh. The flute and I guess the aliens hatching. You know, they weren't I don't know the term, the worms or the, you know, I can't think of the term. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. We've been going for a little over 45 minutes at this point, but want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. You know, just awesome to be a DC fan. Looking forward to DC fandom. You know, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just more and more content is going to be coming about that thing. They're going to start the marketing train. Apparently at DC fandom, dropping a trailer. So really looking forward to it. But guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not. And yeah, I'll see you next time.